Our energy for the month is Aquarius, right? And I've been emphasizing on this particular month for a very long time. And normally it will come off as the build up from all of the terrorism, the acts of insecurity or terrorist related activities as of last month will be a build up to what people will say enough is enough for this month, and it will eventually lead to a protest. Well, that almost led to a protest, despite the fact that the energy for the month, you understand, was pointing to, for last month, was Capricorn. Although Saturn, which was Capricorn, also rules Aquarius, but the whole uprising of all that stuff is what I told you people earlier this month, that the energy for the year is Mars, being a 2025 year. You understand? So that gives you 9. So basically, 2, 0 doesn't count. So 2 plus 2 plus 5 is 9. 9 is Mars astrologically. You understand the point? So the year is a Mars year, and I specifically say in the beginning of the year that when the sun moves into Aries, right, and when the sun is in Cancer and when the sun is in Scorpio, that's when we are going to see the full might of what these energies point to. And the beginning of the year, violence started on a scale, that people thought, oh, what is really happening? And just today, someone is telling me this year has claimed more lives than the previous years. I'm like, yes, it's a Mars year. Of course. That's just the energy. And I said it right from time, including issues of abortion, issues of sexually transmitted infections. This year is going to be at an all-time high. I mean, the results are already out. Abortion, murder, killings, assassination, all of that stuff. A judge was said to be assassinated. A retired judge was said to be assassinated. That's Mars, currently in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is law, is judges, is lawyers. You don't know. And Mars is there. Mars is assassination, which is still the ruler of the year. So whichever sign that it moves into is valid. Then on the 4th of November, which was last month, Mars moved into Sagittarius, and I told people, look, Trump said he's coming, he's definitely coming, because Sagittarius says invasion is foreigners, foreign influence, you understand? And Mars being military, and he said he's going to come in guns blazing. That's what that placement point. I even made a video of Mars in Sagittarius here on this channel. You get the points now. But this month is Aquarius. Aquarius is revolutions, is protest, is collision, is clashes. That's the energy for the month. Is why I drew it in red, telling you that it's active. Now, Aquarius is ruled by 2 planets, Uranus and Saturn. Traditionally Saturn, so it's still valid. Both planets are still valid rulers of Aquarius. Uranus is in the Nigerian second house, which is in the sign of Leo. You understand my point? So, we are still in the year that gives indications to death. Mars is still active, right? That gives indications to death. And we've heard of the death of a certain celebrity or stuff like that related. All this energy still points to all that stuff. But right here, this also is indicating the death of a celebrity too. Why? Because this is the Nigerian 8th house. This is the Nigerian 8th house. And what do I mean? That's the house of death. That's the house of death. And having this ruler in the sign of Leo, which is the sign of celebrities, actors, actresses, people that are performers, you understand my point here? That's what the sign of Leo is. But also in the second house. So that could be like, could be misunderstanding of issues relating to money. And, someone decides to take things a bit personal, and one party ends up losing their life and stuff related. But there's going to be a series of clashes among celebrities. But in this part of the world, they are not really inclined to want to go, the Martian way. What I mean by Martian way, the trigger way. They are not. Mars is gone. It's basically why I say the Martian way. They are not really inclined to go the Martian way. You get my point here. So, and another important thing here to note. Burna Boy saga started last month of people not attending the show and all that stuff. I don't like talking about celebrities like that, especially this particular dude, but I want to highlight something here. In fact, this month, having Uranus in Leo is giving indications of a celebrity who is likely going to fall, who has reached the highest point in their career, whose influence is going to fade out, is going to appear in the media, is going to be in the media. But I want to really emphasize, because I'm not talking about celebrities here, it's not really what I'm really interested in, it's why I really don't like to talk about it. Celebrities don't watch my channel, at least as of now. So I want to give information to people whom it's more important, very, very important to right now. And these are the common people, like the average citizens that watch my channel. People who are hustlers, everyday hustlers. You understand me? They don't earn money through major money through means where, but why I'm basically saying this is because this energy being the energy for this month of December. This is the 8th house, and Aquarius is a sign of accident. This is information that I think that people need. You understand my point? This information that I think that people need is a sign of accident. Why am I pointing to accident? The ninth cusp of the Nigerian chart is in the sign, is in the 8th house. Yes. The ninth cusp is in the 8th house. So that carries 9th house indications, which is transportation. So road accidents is very, 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 very going to occur this month. Ghastly ones. Hope celebrities is drive with sense, because it's indication of some dying, one or more dying in an accident. Just being careless. The indications is there. You understand? So also Chiron being there is giving indications of being quite a traumatic month. Honestly, I can't really tell you it's going to be a month of recovery. You know why I can't say? Because the energy for the year, the rhythm does not dictate that tone. Chiron points to trauma, injuries, recovery. But I can't specifically tell you that it's going to express itself as a form of recovery this month. Why? Because Mars is still the ruler of the year, so the rhythm of Mars still continues until next month, which is January, when the new year begins. And then the year is going to be a 1 year. And I'm going to do a reading for that. But let me focus on this. Now, secondly, having Uranus here in this place, and having Uranus by transit in the 11th house, which is in the sign of Taurus. But the second house too is giving indications to the same thing that Taurus gives indications to. Now, what do I mean? Banks, for example. There's going to be a lot of disruption of services in the banks for this month. Banks are going to fuck you up, I guarantee you. You are better off banking with fintechs like the OPay, the PalmPay, the Kuda, the Money Points, those guys. You are better off banking with them. Traditional banks are going to mess up big time. Traditional banks are going to mess up big fucking time, I guarantee you guys. You want to go out and chill for the Christmas, service is going to prevent you from enjoying the Christmas. Chiron is already here. People, this month is not really going to be a pleasant month like that. Apart from the fact that, a lot of very unstable activities are going to be going down. You understand? Now, also talking about celebrities even. This is the 8th house of Nigeria. This is the 8th house of Nigeria, which is the sign of unconventionality in the place of sexuality. So, unconventional sexuality. Unconventional sexuality among celebrities. So we might also see news of a celebrity who is somewhere within the is it rainbow color from something society they call them, like the same-sex marriage, the LGBTQ, those guys. Might see a celebrity maybe who is inclined make it to the news this month. I think there's one guy like that. See, they relay something he paints his nails or something like that. So people of that stature, or maybe less Bobrisky. Why did I think of him? It's going to be on the news this month. For one thing or the other, it's going to be. So people on that, celebrities who are on that line, We are going to also be seeing them, but also issues of death by accident too. They should also be careful for this month too. It's likely there's giving indications in the energy that one is likely going to suffer from an accident, which might take his or her life because Pluto is here. That's the planet of death. That's it. Pluto is currently in Aquarius. So this month alone carries revolution. So, but it's not a good period for people to revolt because I guarantee you guys, you don't want to revolt this month. I know people are going to revolt. Those that are not watching my channel, they will not know the information on ground. This is not the best time to revolt or to carry out protests or stuff and stuff like that. If, of course, the protest is for the purpose of security, it makes all the sense because Saturn, which also rules Aquarius, is currently in Capricorn, which is the planet of security and the sign of security, So protesting or taking it to the government, which is the seventh house here where Saturn is, taking it to the government, to hear your cry and sign a enforce a policy or something like that, or sign something or make an announcement that citizens, because the moon is in Aquarius, which is the people. You understand? So the moon being emotions too, and also people, and being in the sign of Aquarius, which is the people, the collective. It's giving indications that this is the time where people, the citizens of Nigeria, are going to be very, very much inclined to want to come out and say we no go gree. Basically, what I mean is protest. And the last time we triggered this energy, I noticed something that I wasn't mentioning before. There's a market in Lagos where marketers were protesting, I think against the market management or something like that, which is still indicative of this because Uranus being in the second house here is market, and being in the sign of Taurus now by transit is actually going retrograde. So we enter this energy while its ruler is going retrograde in the 11th house. So bank related issues are going to be coming up very, very strongly this month. I'm just telling you guys this one. So in case you are banking, you know which bank you're banking with. This is December. You don't want your money to hang. Especially when you go to eat a big load of food with your friends and you have a very big fat bill to pay. You are going to wash their plate and clean their restaurant. You don't want that to happen. Your money should be in a fintech. There's a reason why I'm saying fintech. People have been saying this thing for years. You guys should move your money out of traditional banks. People say, hey, we don't trust them. They are going to frustrate you. This month carries Chiron here already, So by virtue of this transit, it's giving indications of bank disruptions that is going to be very, very inconveniencing. Very, very inconveniencing. That will cause people a great deal of loss and pain. You might send money to someone, is going to hang. And the person will not mind. They say, I need my money. And you will now have to send another one. Maybe the second one will go. The first one, you now have to start running to your bank to fill form and all that stuff about why that money you sent did not go. But they debited you. And all those drama. Don't move your money from traditional banks if you want to transact this month. Remove your money from traditional banks. To be very, 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 very honest with you guys. Take your money from traditional bank. I'm giving information here. I'm not trying to uplift myself to say I said this and it happened. I'm giving information I want you to work with. So these are the things that I've emphasized on here. And let me see what else I could possibly be missing. Apart from the government too, figureheads, more like governors. I saw a video today of, I think they say Wike being arrested or something like this. It's about that, something like that. He's a minister, right? He was arrested somewhere like, is it in, there's a country, well, it's a foreign country. That's Mars being in Sagittarius. That's him. He's a lawyer now. He's not a lawyer, he's a lawyer. That's Sagittarius. He's a minister and all that stuff. That's it. He was arrested in a foreign land. Arrest, Mars, foreign land, Sagittarius. You get what I'm saying now? Mars is the ruler of the year, is why I'm reading this thing. There's emphasis on it because wherever he moves to, at a certain point, he's going to move to Capricorn, where he's very exalted. So, and he's going to move there before the end of December. So things are really going to get very heated up, especially in the realm of government. Things are going to get really heated up. Very, very heated up. You understand me? But at this point, there's the accident I point to does not also, the accident I talk about does not also only link to celebrities, content creators too, because that's what So I mentioned actors and actresses too, which is only also is content creators too, and also figureheads in the society, specifically people in high positions like your governors, for example, kind of presidents, governors, and all that stuff. And those who are traveling by aircraft too also have it at the back of their mind that this is indications of plane crash. This is a very strong indication of plane crash, death by plane crash. This Pluto being in Aquarius, this month alone, and also by car accident. So if you're traveling, know the speed you're applying on. You understand my point? And with Pluto being here now, danger is on the way. Insecurity, insurgency, kidnapping, crime-related elements. People are going to be encountering them on the way. I'm reading this by virtue of people traveling because the ninth cause PC. I've said this before. You understand my point? So issues of this is bank market revolutions in the markets too. People not liking the way particular market management or whatever it is management is organizing or coordinating activities, and people are going to be like, now we can't keep bowing to these harsh laws that this market community or this market committee people have been throwing on our neck. Someone posted a video of it. Yeah, there's going to be protests in so many areas of Nigeria this month. Celebrities will come out, content creators will come out. Some will be the ones that will spearhead the beginning of the protests and all that stuff. So it's also going to be there. And very dark man too. It might also be very, very active this month. Because Saturn also rules Aquarius, so you might see him also coming out. Why I'm saying Saturn, because I've noticed his energy always comes active. When this Saturn is active, I've noticed. I don't know, but for some reason I've been paying attention to whenever it comes. I just paid attention to him. I'm like, let me see the pattern that this guy's energy uses to come at a certain time where it becomes prominent. The time he was going for B-Lord and going to China, all of that stuff, Saturn was stationed retrograde in Pisces. So he was here and there, making some mistakes, creating enemies, all of that stuff is basically what he was busy doing, including the ones that he knows, and even to the point where he fought on a plane. These are the issues. You see, these are the issues. So I think that will be all for now. There's so much to cover, but maybe in other videos that I'll do, I'll still give a hint on all of this stuff. But those that are subscribed to my WhatsApp group, those are the ones that will get the follow-up to these predictions. Yeah, those are the ones that will get the follow-up to this prediction, because there are some things I know that I didn't mention here. I'll just not be able to piece the picture together. I didn't mention here that I'm going to mention more later. So those in my predictions group are the ones in my WhatsApp predictions group are those that are going to be catching up on the follow-up updates on all this and helping them to understand where everything is currently going. You watch my video about the astrological indications of where the world is going to, from how we move from the age of Leo to the age of Pisces, and what is really happening right now in the world. So follow my videos. You understand? You're going to come out of all of the confusions that is going on in the world. You're just going to allow things play out. You see, next year it's a sun year. It's a 1 year. So indicating new beginnings. So the sun rules Leo. So a lot of content creators, which is in the second house, a lot of content creators are going to be seeing crazy fucking money. They are going to be seeing crazy money that next year. Is their year, content creation and all of that. A lot of them are going to rise to fame. A lot of low-key content creators are going to be rising to fame next year. Yeah, content creation is going to be good for a lot of people next year. A lot of people are going to be rising to fame next year, So, and I think that will be all for now. Yeah.